Good afternoon, everyone. As you heard, this storm that is coming our way is a major storm. It is another atmospheric river expected to last from this evening through Tuesday morning. It has been described by the Weather Service as having a, quote, high risk for life-threatening and damaging flooding, and it is expected to be a step up from the 9 January 2023 storm, which caused significant, over $80 million worth of damage in our county. The storm is projected to bring with it significant rain, generally 3 to 6 inches, somewhat lower in the North County and higher in the South County, with 6 to 12 inches predicted for the mountains and the foothills. The numbers are concerning, but more concerning is the projected duration and sustained amount of rain that we can expect this weekend. Unlike the rain that caused the 1/9 debris flow, for example, the intensity of this storm's rain is not expected to exceed 1 inch or 1.25 inches per hour. It's just that the rainfall will be far more sustained over a more or less continuous period for 24 hours or more. We are anticipating the possibility of flooding of streets and neighborhoods and of our highways and freeways as well. The storm will also bring with it some very strong winds. Our ground is already saturated from the previous storm that just ended, and accordingly, we may see numerous trees and power lines down. Our experts tell us they expect to see the impact of this storm throughout the county, and especially here in the South County. And if the higher levels of projected rainfall materialize, then water will likely spill over the banks of some creeks, rivers, and man-made water channels, causing flooding. Yesterday, we issued an evacuation warning for residents who live in the following areas: properties along waterways that are associated with the Thomas, Cave, and Alisal Burn areas, and properties in the vicinity of Sycamore Creek, from Stanwood Drive down to parts of Ninos Drive in the city of Santa Barbara. It is estimated that there are approximately 600 parcels in the evacuation areas. 355 of those are in the Montecito area. Today we received an update from the National Weather Service indicating that the storm system remains as previously forecast, again with that high, more than 70% chance risk of life-threatening and damaging flooding. And today they added that we can expect even higher winds with gusts up to 60 or more miles per hour throughout the county, and possible thunderstorms in addition on Sunday. As a result of this information, we are now issuing an evacuation order effective immediately for the same areas covered by yesterday's evacuation warning. Once again, those areas are properties along waterways associated with the Thomas, Cave, and Alisal Burn areas, properties in the vicinity of Sycamore Creek from Stanwood Drive down to parts of Ninos Drive in the city of Santa Barbara. In addition, all in-county state beaches will be closed until further notice, including Gaviota, Refugio, El Capitan, and Carpinteria. Sheriff's deputies and members of our search and rescue team will be conducting door-to-door notifications about the evacuation order, as will Santa Barbara City police officers within the city of Santa Barbara. We expect to have those notifications completed by early this evening. We encourage people living in any of those areas to visit readysbc.org, where they can find an interactive map that will allow you to plug in your address and see if you are in one of the affected areas. Members of the community can also receive updates about the storm and its impacts, such as road and freeway closures, as well as information about other resources on the readysbc.org website. We intend to lift this order once the danger of the storm has passed. In the meantime, sheriff's deputies and Santa Barbara police officers will be providing increased patrols in the evacuated areas. Just shortly before this press conference, I received a call from our Congressman, Salud Carbajal, expressing his concern and his willingness to help us with any resources that might be needed as a result of the storm, federal resources. So what can you do? If you live in any of the evacuation areas, you should leave the area. If you have automobiles parked on the streets of low-lying neighborhoods, you should move them to higher ground. Heavy rain is expected to make conditions on the roads and the freeways exceedingly dangerous, and we encourage everyone to avoid any unnecessary travel during the storm, particularly tomorrow, Sunday through Monday. Schools will be closed on Monday throughout the county, and many work sites, including the County of Santa Barbara and the City of Santa Barbara, are encouraging their staff who can work from home to do so on Monday. We encourage other employers to do the same. This storm is predicted to be one of the largest and most significant in our county's history, and our goal is to get through it without any fatalities or any serious injuries. And to do that, we will need the cooperation of the public, and we ask